Good evening. The Gemara Masechet Baba Batra Yud Amud Aleph tells us that a person has to give at least a third of a shekel every year for tzedakah. That is the minimum amount. It comes out to be around $4. $4 is the bare minimum even a poor person has to give for tzedakah every year. However, even if a person gives the $4, the Rama writes in Siman Resh Mem Tet Sif Dalet, quoted based on the Rambam, that a person who has a poor person come to him, the Pasuk of Tehillim tells us there's a transgression in the Torah to push away a poor person who comes to you ask for money. A person is not allowed to tell him, I don't want to give you. A person has to say, I want to give you, I don't have, but a person has, he must give, and if he doesn't, it's a negative prohibition in the Torah to not give a poor person when he asks of you. Therefore, Shulchan Aruch says, even if you don't have money, you have food, you have something to give him, don't leave him empty-handed, and if you don't even have food, you at least give him a good word, tell him bracha v'atzlacha, you should find parnasah, something of the like, you should not leave him empty-handed. Now, the Gemara Masechet Ketubot, Daf 58 tells us, Usha Demene Takana, that a person should not give more than a fifth, more than a homesh, 20% of his wealth to tzedakah. But if a person wants to know what's the best level of giving tzedakah, the Bet Yosef in Resh Mem Tet and the Shulchan Aruch in Resh Mem Tet also says, they're based on the Yerushalmi, ideally the best level of giving tzedakah is to give 20%. So if a person makes $1 million a year, give $200,000 a year in tzedakah. If a person makes less, it will be less. If it makes more, it will be more. A person has to know this is the highest level of giving tzedakah. Hashem sees this person, he does good things with the money, Hashem will deposit with him more. If a person sees to do less with the money, then God forbid. So therefore, a person should try to give at least 20%. This, you should know, is separate from Maaser. Maaser is a separate obligation to give Maaser, the 10% from your earnings. That's nothing to do with the laws of Tzedakah. Laws of Tzedakah are from the one set of obligations, and the laws of Maaser are another set of obligations. Tosafot, Masechet Ta'anit says, this is the Torah says, Aser ta'aser kol tvuat zarecha. You have to take 10% from your grain. In the Torah it says Maaser is only from the grain. Today we don't have fields. Today we don't have grain. So where do we know you have to give from the business that you do? You have to give 10%. Tosafot says we learn from the word et kol. All of your grain you have to give. What does it mean? All has come to include even the money you make from business. However, is this from the Torah? Is it the Rabbanan? Many poskim want to say it's the Oraita. Many poskim say it's the Rabbanan. Yakut Yosef writes la halacha for the Sfaradim. It's only a minhag. The Maaser is only a minhag. So therefore, there's going to be situations we're going to talk about maybe tomorrow where a person can be lenient when it comes to, let's say, he barely has money for himself and he gives Maaser, he's going to be stuck. So therefore, he wants to be lenient and maybe pays taxes, pays bills, and only from the money left over he has, he wants to give Maaser. So there's room for the be lenient in such a situation. Why? Because Yakut Yosef says, La halacha, we follow that Maaser is only a minhag. And therefore a person should say bli neder when he gives the Maaser in order that it shouldn't become an obligation. But tzedakah, we always have to give, and tzedakah ideally should be 20%. There's a wonderful story with Rabbi Chana Vasim alav shalom, where he came from Europe, and he was staying in Williamsburg. And he was staying by Rabbi Yosef Henkin, alav shalom, great rabbi in New York. And he told the rabbi, you know, you'll be able to be successful in collecting money for the yeshiva. You should go visit so-and-so, who runs a very beautiful, big business of manufacturing clothing in the city. He says, actually, this guy, he was in the same city that you grew up in Europe. You'll reconnect with him. You'll be very good. You know, he's very, very cheap, but he's very wealthy, and I think you could get through to him. And you should know, he went off the derech. He's totally not religious. The rabbi went to Manhattan, and he met with this person, and he said, wow, Rabbi Chana, I didn't see you in many years. How are you doing? How's everything? Why did you come all the way from Europe to New York? He says, you know, you see this button on my jacket? It's a little bit loose. It's a little bit broken. I heard you're a suit guy. I heard you run a business. Can you fix it for me? He said, of course. He took him to the other room. He had a room full of 20 tailors. He brought it and he fixed him. You want a new suit? You want me to change the buttons? He says, no, all I came was just fix the button. He says, okay, but what did you come for? You came all the way from Europe for what? He says, no, I came all the way from Europe just to fix this button. He says, need be? It can't be. How could it be you came all the way here just for a button? So therefore, he said, no, that's what I came for, and he wanted to say goodbye to him, and he gave him a hug, and he left. The whole night, the guy couldn't sleep. How could it be the rabbi came all the way here from Europe to come get a button, came from so far just to fix a button? Doesn't make any sense. He's calling him in the middle of the night, and he's telling him, you need to come with me, a meeting right now. I need to talk to you. You came to my office for a reason, not for no reason. I can't sleep at night. You have to tell me the reason. He said to him, listen to what I'm telling you. The rabbi said, listen, you said to me, I came from such a far place. It doesn't make sense I came from such a far place just to fix a button. Can you imagine your neshama? Where does it come from? It comes from a very, very far place. It came all the way here just to fix buttons all your life, just to make suits all your life. Must be Hashem had a higher purpose for you. Must be we came here for a bigger purpose. Go and find what your bigger purpose is. And from this, he got him thinking, and he made him chozir b'tshuva, and he started becoming more religious, because you have to realize, Rabotai, we have a very big purpose. We have to go and find it. Baruch Hu Amen.